Not cool. Okay. Welcome everybody. I'm going to enable the chat. Chat's enabled. When you pop in, feel free to shoot me a little message and let me know who's filing in here tonight. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to kind of get in here before I get started. Let's see. Can everybody hear me okay? I want to make sure. I'm not sure if this thing got started the way it's supposed to. If you can't hear me, how about just put like a little message in the chat? Let's just make sure my audio is good before I really start to get going here. Okay. Good. Okay, cool. Cool. Good deal. Thanks, Michelle. Appreciate that. I wanted to make sure I was going live here. 901. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this party started. I got quite a bit to cover, and I don't want to hold everybody here all night tonight. So I just want to say welcome. Thank you all for coming here tonight. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time this evening with me so we can cover a little bit of prospecting and recruiting on Facebook. If you're like me, when I first came into the industry, I had no clue what I was doing. I was totally lost. Didn't know anything about the internet, didn't know anything about network marketing. I just knew that I needed to find another way to make some money. And so that's kind of my story really about how I actually came on board and decided to try the network marketing industry. Is I needed some money. I honestly, when I turned 40, I got a 401k statement. And when I saw how much money I would have if I continued to invest at the rate that I was investing by the time I was 67, it scared me. I was just like, there's no way that I could live a comfortable life on that kind of money. And honestly, I don't plan on spending my days in a rocking chair. You know, for some people that may be cool, but that's not what I want to do when I retire. I want to be able to live life, you know, and I actually want to live life now. I don't want to wait till I'm 80. So that's kind of what drove me into the network marketing industry. But like I said, I was totally clueless, had no idea. I fumbled around for about a year, and I wound up finding people here and there. And a lot of you may have had the same problems that I had with so-called mentors that told you to post in groups. And that's what they tell you, just post in groups, and if you keep doing that for about 30 days, next thing you know, you're going to be super rich and you'll be making 10K a month just by posting in groups. And if you've tried that, you understand that that just doesn't work. That does not work. In order to build a business, you have to learn how to have communication skills. And part of that is prospecting and recruiting. And so what I want to teach tonight is what my mentors taught me. I've had several mentors since I've come into network marketing. my last mentor, she built a business online, six-figure business within about 7 months, and she did it free, just using Facebook and using the methods and the tools that I'm going to show you guys tonight. So you don't have to come with a checkbook. I'm not selling anything at all. When I'm done tonight, we're just done. So put your checkbook, put your credit cards away. We're not trying to sell anything. Just want to give you guys a good value-based training tonight. So if y'all are ready, we'll go ahead and get started. So let's see if I can do. Let's try it now. Technical difficulties. Hang on just a second here. It's not wanting to share. Always wanting to be grumpy. Let me stop my screen share and see if I can restart it. Hang on just a second, guys. Let me see if we can try this again. All right. Much better, much better. So here we go. So how would it feel if you could have an unlimited supply of leads coming into your business each and every single day? What if you could have people reaching out to you instead of you having to chase after people? What if after tonight's training, you could be able to teach your team the same simple strategies that I'm going to teach you here tonight to build their business? How much better would that be for you? This thing's not wanting to work. So here's what we're going to be covering tonight. We're going to be covering Facebook prospecting tonight, how you can actually, I'm going to be giving you some scripts on the first conversation that you want to have with your potential prospect. And I'm also going to be talking a little bit about branding, because branding really comes into play here when you're talking about prospecting on Facebook. And I'm going to show you why branding is so important in doing Facebook prospecting, okay? And I'm also going to give you some closing statements at the very end. I'm going to give you some good questions to ask your prospect that's going to help you close. And I'm also going to include at the very end 2 bonus closing scripts that work like a charm when it comes time to do the close. Because what a lot of people do is a lot of people do the invitation, a lot of people do the presentation, and then they freeze up and they forget to do the close. And so I want to get you to a point tonight by the time we're finished to where you're comfortable with the invitation, comfortable with the presentation, and very comfortable closing. Because if you go through the first 2 steps, you need to ask for that close, ask for the sale. And a lot of people are scared to ask for the sale. So we're gonna cover that tonight, and we're gonna get you over that tonight. All right. There are 7 skills that you need to be a network marketer. These are the 7 skills that I believe you really need to have as a network marketer. And then one of them is prospecting. You need to learn how to prospect. You need to learn how to do the inviting. You need to learn how to do the presentation, which is presenting. You have to follow up. A lot of people will not say yes on the very first time you show them your opportunity. I've heard it said that it takes anywhere from 7 to 10 times for someone to make a decision sometimes. I don't know how true that is. I'm not sure if I want to follow up with someone 10 different times. I think if they can't make a decision after about 2 or 3 conversations, I probably, most of the time, I'll just let them be. That may or may not be the right thing to do, but that's just my personal opinion. But we're also going to cover closing. Closing is another network marketing skill, team building, and promoting events. You have to promote your company events to your teammates. No matter what kind of business you're in, you want to promote your company events. A lot of people have major breakthroughs when they go to their company events. So let's talk a little bit about branding. I want to start there tonight. So what is branding? In your opinion, what would you say branding is? To me, branding is basically, you know, getting your you have to find your target market and you have to brand yourself as a leader. And we're going to cover different ways on how you can do that. And we're also going to cover things you shouldn't do if you're trying to brand yourself. So as you brand yourself, you want to brand yourself as a leader. So how would you do that? Well, you want to figure out what your target market is. Everybody has a different target market, okay? If you're in health and wellness, people who are into nutrition, health, fitness, those are going to be your target market people. If you're in health and wellness, you probably don't want to target people who love eating fried food, okay? Because those people are not going to want your product, okay? If they don't want nothing to do with health and wellness. So you really have to understand who your target market is. Number two is look at who your top 3 leaders are that you follow. What do their profiles look like? What kind of things do they post on their walls or on their pages, on their business pages? What kind of posts do they do? What kind of pictures do they post? What kind of videos do they do? You know, if those are top leaders in the industry and you're following them, what makes you follow them? Think about it in that aspect. If you want people to follow you, you need to do what the leaders are doing that you're following. So you have to emulate them somewhat. Number 3 is what message are you trying to get out? You know, what message are you trying to portray on your profile or on your page and by the posts that you're putting out, by the videos that you do or the images? What message are you trying to get out to the masses? And number 4 is, are you being edgy? And what I mean by are you being edgy, I see a lot of people that post a lot of political stuff on their pages, especially right now with the election coming around. You know, people are, you know, bashing Hillary, and then this one's bashing Donald Trump, and that's okay, and that's so well, and you may have your personal preference, but you don't want to post it on your Facebook wall. And the reason for that is if you're sitting here, let's just say you're bashing Hillary, well, chances are you may lose some teammates that may have decided that they want to vote for Hillary. And that's our God-given right as Americans. We can vote for whoever we want to. But is it really worth losing teammates over based on who you think's right or wrong for our country? So political posts, for me personally, I just don't even do it. I honestly would not recommend posting any kind of political posts on there. Religious posts, basically the same way. Now, however, when it comes to religious posts, from time to time, I will post 1 or 2 here or there. But what I mean by religious posts is I wouldn't don't flood your profile with a lot of religious posts, because once again, we do live in a society where people get offended very easily. So you don't want to offend anybody, but in the same sense, you still want to support your personal beliefs. But you can do that without having to push it into people's face and being edgy. So that's kind of what I meant by being edgy. Just be very conscious about the type of content that you post every single day. So here's some examples of some leaders. Eric Worre, Robert Kiyosaki, Danny Johnson, she actually has a great page, and Ray Higdon. All those are leaders that I personally follow. Eric Worre's got well over 1 million likes on his page. So if you're looking for people to recruit into your business, what better place to go to than a page from a top leader in the network marketing industry with over 1 million likes on there. So there's tons and tons of people over there that you can connect with. So for instance, whenever we were talking about target market, here's an example of what my target market is. My target market is a professional man or woman, home business owner who is self-motivated and is looking to better themselves and their business model, and is open to receiving coaching and or mentorship. Okay, that's the type of person that I'm looking to work with. That's the type of person that I go out and I prospect on Facebook. Okay, so you need to figure out who is your target market so that you can start leaning more towards that person. Because if you try to market to everybody, then what happens is you market to nobody. So what one way is the fastest way to brand yourself? Facebook Live right now is blowing up. If you do any type of video, which you should be, if you're doing any kind of network marketing, in my opinion, video is the fastest way to build your business. Hands down. With video, people get to see your face. They get to know you. They get to see you and listen to you every day when you do your videos. Now on Facebook Live, it's interactive, and that's what I love about Facebook Live. It's right here. It's in your face right now. You can interact as you're doing the video, and it is a great way to brand yourself as a leader. Imagine if you could get on every day and do a 10 to 15 minute live video and interact with your audience. What if you could go on at a certain time every day and give tips and tricks on how to do different things? And a lot of people say, well, Mike, I don't know what to talk about. I don't have nothing to talk about. If you've ever watched any type of training and taken notes, go off of your notes. Go watch the training, take notes, and then talk about the notes. It doesn't have to be an hour. You know, you're not doing a webinar. You're doing a 5 to 10 minute, maybe even 15-minute Facebook Live video where you're just sharing the tips that you learned from a training. So that's one good way to give out value every day, because you want to daily be giving out value. That is how you brand yourself as a leader, and Facebook Live is the great way to do that. Yeah, I said, if you're scared to do it anyway. Learn to put out that content every day, and Facebook Live is perfect. Now, if you just can't get over the fear of doing a Facebook Live, you want to be doing blog posts, maybe article writing, do a regular uploaded video. But whatever you do to brand yourself as a leader in the industry, you've got to put out daily content. See, as a network marketer, our job is to solve people's problems. Okay, lots of people are coming into network marketing every single day, thousands and thousands of people. You know, kids are turning 18 every single day. And a lot of them are coming online looking for a way to make money because they know it's there, right? E-commerce businesses are blowing up right now. Shopify's, Amazon's, eBay's. A lot of people are coming online, right? So you want to position yourself as someone who's been around for a while, who has some knowledge. Because here's the fact. If you've only been in for a week, but you've been on a few webinars, you know more than someone who came in today. So you need to take that knowledge, you need to share it. And that's how you brand yourself as a leader, by giving daily content every day, giving value, and sharing solutions to problems. Let's go here. So a few tips on branding. This is on your page now. If you're going on your page. Now on your personal profile wall, honestly, you don't have to be super professional on there. But I try to keep that one separate from my business page. I try to, my goal is to build my business on my business page. Now, do I post business related things on my personal page? Yes, I do. So I try to use both audiences, but I try primarily my business is being built on my page, but I do use my wall. So on your business page, you definitely want to have a professional looking photo. That doesn't mean you have to go pay someone to take photos. The way the phones are nowadays, your camera on your phone is perfect. Just make sure there's a nice looking professional photo of you. Okay, it has to be of you. You don't want pictures of your dogs and your cats and your kids and your husband and all that. Make sure it's of you. Number 2 is content creation to refer people to your expertise. This could be a blog, a video, live stream. We just talked about that. Make sure you give out daily content. When you post on Facebook, make sure that you're using the 80-20 rule. Now, if you're not sure what the 80-20 rule is, I'll tell you. 80% of the time, you're posting value and engaging posts. These could be motivational pictures, inspirational pictures, you know, never quit type posts. You know, could be motivational quotes, whatever the case may be, trainings, blog posts, those sort of things. 20% of the time, you want to use that for your business offers. Okay, you don't want to be spammy. You don't want to continuously post your link, post your link, post your link, post your link all day long. Nobody wants to see that. And if you start doing that, nobody will show up on your page, and it will be like Lonelyville town sitting on your page because you'll be all by yourself. So my last thing, number one tip is to be yourself. Do not try to be someone else or something else that you're not. People will sense this. Just be you. At the end of the day, just be you. Okay? Be real. People want to see you be real. That is why Facebook Live is so important. And that's why I love Facebook Live, because you can actually just be yourself. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to be somebody that you're not. Okay? Just be yourself. And people love that. People love reality TV nowadays. That's why all the reality TV shows do so well. So if you can get on Facebook Live and just be real, who cares if you stumble on your words? Who cares if you say something that you didn't mean to say or whatever? It doesn't matter. People love that stuff. And people will learn to love you as well, okay? Especially if you're helping them with different problems they're having in their network marketing business, okay? Here's just an example of what I'm talking about when I was talking about profile pictures. You see the guy on the left, he's got a nice, clean looking picture. He's a guy, he's got a tie on, got his hair combed nice, he's smiling. He's smiling. He don't have some gangster look, all that type of stuff, right? He's not frowning, he's not mad. He's nice, professional, engaging picture. On the right, that's a cool picture, man. It's a kid with his dog sleeping. It's a cute picture. Awesome picture, and I'm sure his mom and dad are proud of that picture. That's good. But if you're building a business, people want to see who they're doing business with. On the left, I know I'm doing business with this guy. If that person on the right was to message me, I have no idea who I'm talking to. So people want to be able to see the person that they're actually doing business with, or potentially going to be doing business with. Now here's the 3 biggest mistakes that most people make. Okay, and these are the 3 things that I know I struggled with when I first came into the industry. Number 1 is you become attached to the outcome. A lot of people will prospect and they'll talk to people and they'll tell them no, and they get no after no after no after no. And they get all bummed out, and they just, oh man, I'm no good. I'm awful. I suck. I can't do this. Da da da. And they're attached to the outcome. And you've got to realize that if you talk to 10 people, you're not going to get 10 people to say yes. It's kind of like when a waitress comes to your table, and you've basically finished your meal. And she asks you, hey, would you like a piece of key lime pie? Okay, if you say no, she doesn't freak out and go, oh man, I'm the worst waitress ever. I can't even sell a piece of freaking pie. Right? She's like, okay, cool. I'll go get your check. Why is that? Because she's not attached to the outcome. She is making the offer to you. Hey, would you like some key lime pie? If you say yes, awesome, great, I'll be right back with it. And she goes and gets you your key lime pie. But if you say no, she's like, okay, cool, just thought I'd offer. That's the same thing you should be doing in your business. You should offer your business opportunities to someone. If they're not interested, it's okay. Don't be attached to the outcome. Tell them, say, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Sorry this wasn't a fit for you. Hope you have a wonderful day, and move on to the next one. Okay? Do not become attached to the outcome. Number 2, a lot of people say too much or they say too little. Okay? So a lot of people, when they go into the inviting part of their of what they're trying to do, they try to do the presentation too. Okay, the inviting part is just to get them to your presentation, whether it's a video, whether it's a phone call, a webinar, whatever it might be, whatever it is for your company. The inviting part is just to get them to that. Let your presentation, whether if your company has a video set up or if your company has a webinar or a call of some sort, let that presentation do the presenting. You don't have to do that in the invitation. Your number one job is to get them to that presentation and then let the presentation do that part of the job, okay? A lot of people say too much. They want to keep going and going and going and going. Once the person agrees to watch the presentation, say, cool, here it is. Now you're done. That's it, okay? And then some people, they don't give you enough information, okay? So be aware of that as well. And the last thing is, a lot of people try to be too salesy, which makes it too weird, right? Everybody, you don't want to come off as this sleazy car salesman. Okay, you have to realize what you have with your product, service, or opportunity is just that. It's an opportunity for them to make money. It's a side project, right? They either can or they cannot take it. Whether they do or they don't, you're not attached to the outcome. It's cool either way. Don't try to be all salesy and try to pitch them, okay? Go through the process like you're supposed to, and how it turns out is how it turns out, okay? And we'll get into that later on. So active prospecting. Let me get some water real quick. Let me ask you this before we get into active prospecting. Are you getting any value at all from what I'm sharing with you guys tonight? Anybody getting any kind of value at all? Is this helping you at all? Feel free to leave me a message in the chat. I'm going to continue on here. I'll wait on the comments. Active prospecting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Active prospecting. Okay, let's talk about active prospecting. Now, if you've got at least 100 friends on your Facebook profile, at least 100 friends, you may have potential teammates and not even know it. Okay, and most people have at least 100 people on their Facebook. You may have potential teammates on your profile and don't even realize it, because how many times do we just accept friend requests and never really even connect with the person? I know I've done that. I went back through mine and was actually shocked at how many people I had accepted friend requests for and never had spoken to them ever. So my suggestion would be to go back through your friends list. I would start there, actually. Start there and go back through your friends and start at the top and work your way all the way down. You would be surprised. So here's a script for that type of scenario, okay? So if you've got people that are already on your friends list, okay, that have been on your friends list for quite some time, this is a script that I would use just to get them to engage with you, okay? So in this example, I'm talking to Sam. So I'm going to say, hey, Sam, I have to apologize for not reaching out to you beforehand. You've been on my Facebook for however long it's been. There's always a date on, in there a lot of times. For X amount of time. And I've seen your stuff and we've never actually connected. One of my goals is to actually get to know more of my Facebook friends. You have great energy. What is it that you do exactly? Okay, all I'm trying to do with Sam is I'm trying to get Sam to interact with me. I'm trying to start a conversation with Sam so I can see what Sam's up to, okay? Once I get that conversation started with Sam, then what I can do is I can find out if maybe Sam's open to a side project. Sam might be looking for a side way to make money, and if I don't ask, I'll never know. So you want to get Sam to respond back to you, and when he does, that's when you may ask him, say, have a little conversation with him, and then find out, hey, would you be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? And then bam, just like that. If he is, say, cool, I got this presentation. Would you be able to look at it? If he says, yeah, say, cool. What time works good for you? Set a time. And then once you set the time, say, cool, if you at 7 o'clock. Let's say Sam says, I can watch it probably at 7 o'clock. Well, cool. You know, it's a 15-minute video. I tell you what, I'll shoot it to you at 7 o'clock, and I'll call you back at 7:20. Would that work great for you so I can follow up? Sam watches it at 7. You call him back at 7:20, and you discuss it. Okay? If he has any questions, you answer the questions. And then from there, you go into your close. And we'll cover that later. Very simple process, guys. Very, very simple. Now, where do you find new people? Okay, everybody's all the time wanting to find new people to add to their Facebook. But honestly, you may have a gold mine already sitting on your friends list. But for those of you that don't want to go back through your friends, we're going to talk about where you can find new people. Now, I used to go into the groups, and I still do from time to time, but I'm very selective. But I used to go into all the network marketing groups and all that type of stuff, right? And I used to try to pull people out of there. But a lot of people over there, they're looking for the get-rich-quick stuff and whatnot. And what I found was that I had more response. I had better response. And I actually was able to recruit a better quality of person, so to speak. I hate to say it that way, but when I go prospecting, I'm looking for leaders. I want people that I know are going to step up and own their business. And what I found is that a lot of times those people are on these type fan pages. Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, they're on Success Magazine, Forbes Magazine, anything law of attraction. If somebody knows about the law of attraction or The Secret or The Abundant Life, which is the new movie that just came out, those are the type of people I personally want to connect with because I'm involved in law of attraction and attraction marketing and the whole attraction marketing system, right? Eric Worre is another great fan page. Now, what's cool about going to these fan pages is a lot of the people that frequent these fan pages are already network marketers. So you don't have to spend all your time trying to tell them about how the auto shipment works and how all that stuff works that goes inside of your network marketing company. You don't have to waste your time with that. They already know, okay? That's one of the perks. So like I said, I'm looking for leaders. And that's where leaders hang out. So a leader type characteristic, right? What type of person are you looking for when you go into one of these pages to prospect? Well, for me, they must be positive, no negative comments, no complaining and whining. I don't want to hear none of that, okay? I don't want to bring somebody into my business who's a constant complainer, who's constantly negative, because the fact of the matter is, if I bring that into my team, then it's going to spread throughout my team like wildfire, okay? Negativity spreads a whole lot faster than positivity. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. It doesn't take any effort at all to be negative. It takes no effort at all to be complaining and whining and griping about, well, this isn't right, that isn't right. People do it all the time. It takes a little more effort to be positive, to look for the good in everything. So I'm trying to stay away from that. Number 3 is they must have a professional profile. That goes back to the pictures, right? You want to make sure that the person you're connecting with, that they don't have some cartoon character for their profile picture, right? You're looking for someone who's professional in a sense, but who takes their business serious. You know, you want someone who's going to be serious about their business. And number 4 is you do not want to argue with people in the comment sections on these pages. Do not go to a Tony Robbins page and then go into the comments on a post. And if somebody's in there arguing, do not participate in arguing in the comment section on any type of business page, because you will immediately be labeled as that guy, quote unquote, that guy. That's that guy that's all the time starting stuff. That's that guy that's always got something to say. You don't want to be that guy that's always complaining and whining and negative on a Tony Robbins page, Mr. Positivity himself. Okay? Don't do it. Don't get involved in it. If it's a political rant, if it's a religious rant, if it's whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Don't go in there and get involved in arguments with people. No matter how strong you feel about the subject, I'm telling you, don't do that. Trust me. So, when you're messaging brand new people, it's a formula, okay? It's actually a 5-step formula. And these are the 5 steps. So, basically what you're looking at is your first message should start with, hey, and then their name, okay? The second one is you want to have an enticing first sentence, right? You want to have a sentence that's going to get them to stick around for the rest of your message. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is they're not even going to read the rest of your message. Okay, they're not even going to read it. Trying to find my notes here. Yeah, okay. Number 3 is you want to tell them why you're messaging them, okay? Let them know the reason why. And if you're on the Tony Robbins page and they posted a comment on a post in there, tell them, say, hey, you know, I saw you commented on the post on the Tony Robbins page about, you know, living your life in positivity or whatever the post was about. Tell them why. Make sure they understand where you actually ran across their profile. A lot of times when I do my messages, I'll let them know, hey, I ran across your profile on the comment thread on the post where you posted about whatever it was. That way they know exactly where I found them. Okay? Because if I do that, it may take them a week or 2 weeks to get back to me. So if I just say, hey, if I just send them a regular what's the word? If I send them a regular message and I don't tell them where I actually ran across them, a week and a half later when they message me back and they say, hey, how did you find my profile? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's been almost 2 weeks later, a week and a half later. I've messaged 20 or 30 people a day over the last 10 days. That's 300 people. I don't know. But I can go back to that message and I can see exactly where it was that I messaged that person, what post it was and all that, okay? That's another reason why you want to tell them why you're messaging them, okay? If you do that, you eliminate that question. That question doesn't even pop up because you've already answered that question. Number 4, have a connection point. How do you do that? You go to their page. You go check out their page and you find something in common you may have with them. You know, if they're married and got 2 kids and you're married and have 2 kids, there you go. There's your connection point. If they're a Clemson Tiger fan and you're a Clemson Tiger fan, there's your connection point. You know, if you're a Clemson Tiger fan and they're a Carolina Gamecock fan, and I'm using them because I live in South Carolina and that's the 2 rivals here. That's still a connection point because you can kind of pick at each other about being rivals, right? Whatever the case may be, find something on their wall, their page, something that you can connect with so that you can have that connection point with them because you want to have something in common with them. If you have absolutely nothing in common with that person, then you may just want to move on and go find someone who you do have something in common with. Because at the end of the day, guys, you're not going to bring every single person into your business. You have to be very selective because think about it, this is your business. Make sure that you surround yourself with people that you want to work with. Okay? You want to work with. Don't just sign somebody up because they're ready to get signed up. But you can't stand to be around. If you can't stand to be around, they don't need to be a part of your business. And you're like, well, I need to sign up. I need to sign up. Yeah, it's okay though. It's okay. If you have to let them go, let them go. Surround yourself with people you want to work with. And last, ask good questions. Okay? The biggest thing that you want to do is you want to ask good questions. You know, you want to ask them if they're open to a side project. If they are, you might want to dig a little bit. Ask them why. What's going on? Why would you need the side money? You know, why would you be open to a side project? You'd be surprised. People will tell you. You know, I'm trying to get out of my job. I hate my job. I want to replace my income. People will tell you why they're looking for a side project. So here's how the formula works. And this is just a message that I put together to show you how this 5-step formula actually works, okay? So it would sound something like this. Hey, Sam, I almost didn't reach out to you, but then I decided to anyways. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I did 2 parts right there. I started with, hey, Sam. Okay, I want to say his name. Hey, Sam. The second part was the enticing sentence. I almost didn't reach out to you. Okay, now if I'm reading that, if you sent that to me and I'm reading that, and it says, hey, Mike, I almost didn't reach out to you, I want to read now the rest of the message because I want to know why you almost didn't reach out to me. I mean, are you scared? What? Just kidding. But you see what I'm saying? By putting that in there, that person's looking at it and they're going, I wonder why they didn't want to reach out. Well, now what you're doing is you're letting them know, hey, I almost didn't reach out, but I decided to anyway. So let's move on. I swear I'm not a random Facebook person with a spammy message. Ha ha. Okay, throw a little joke in there. Okay, kind of lighten the mood a little bit. I've been noticing the comments you made on the Tony Robbins page, and I checked out your profile. We definitely have the same mindset like when you posted about work ethic. Now, what have I done right there? I found the connection point between me and Sam. That's the connection point we have. We have the same mindset like when you posted about work ethic. So something he posted about with work ethic, I could resonate with. And so that I let him know about that. Okay, so that's our connection point. Now I finish out the message like this. So I thought we should connect. Great to chat with you. What exactly do you do for work? And you don't have to write it word for word. This is just like a guideline, okay? Make this thing sound like you. Use your own personality, okay? This is my personality, so you need to use your personality. Change it up the way you want to. I don't use this exact message every single message I send. I don't copy and paste. But this is pretty much the guideline that I use, okay? And it gets me more people. Like when I started doing this, when I learned this and started implementing it, I actually have tons more people respond back to me. I got tons more. You'd be surprised how many, just by doing this and not just shooting a friend request to somebody, how many friend requests you'll get every day. You'll send messages like this and people will start friend requesting you because already they see that you're a real down-to-earth person. You didn't try to pitch your business or nothing like that. You made a little joke in there. You found a connection point, and you're just simply asking them, hey, what do you do for work? You know, I'll ask people, what exactly do you do for a living? Or if I see what they do for work, don't ask that question. Because that's going to show that person right then and there that you didn't even take the time to come check them out. Okay, so make sure that you look at their wall before you write a message like this, because if it clearly says doctor at such and such and such a hospital, you don't want to ask him, what exactly do you do for work? They're going to be like, really? You don't see that I'm a doctor at such and such and such a hospital? So that's why it's important to check out the profile. Okay. Be professional, not fake. Be a real person. We've already talked about that. You want to be professional in your conversation that you have with these people, right? You want to be real. You know, talk about your kids, talk about your dog, talk about, you know, why you got into network marketing. Talk about, you know, why you love network marketing. You know, talk about stuff like that. Be a real person. Do not be vague in why you're reaching out to them. Example, I'm reaching out to you because I love your dress. How many times have you gotten a message? Or people say, you know, hey, hey Tammy, just thought I'd reach out to you because I liked your dress. And you're like, what? Huh? Have you gotten messages like that? Of course I haven't because I don't wear dresses. Thank goodness. I don't roll like that. But people will send me like crazy off the wall messages. I mean, I got one today where it was like spam, spam city. But you have to make sure that you're not vague in the reason why you're reaching out. That's why, if you'll notice, let me back up. On this message, if you'll notice, I put, I've been noticing the comments you made on the Tony Robbins page, and I checked out your profile. We definitely have the same mindset like when you posted about it. See, I told him the reason why I checked out his profile, because I noticed the comments that he's been making on the Tony Robbins page. So that shows that both of us are over there. So there's a connection because we're both on the Tony Robbins page. That definitely puts us in the same mindset. So I thought we should connect, correct, to chat with you. Now I ask him what the question is. What do you do for work? So I wasn't vague. I told him exactly why I was connecting with him, and that's what you need to do. Make sure they know exactly why you're connected with them. Tell them where you found them, and then what on their profile stood out to you. A lot of times you can go to their profile, and for instance, if they live up in New York City and you just visited New York City, say 3 months ago, tell them, say, cool, I see you live up in New York City. I just got back from New York City about 3 months ago. Loved it up there. Loved all the sites, whatever. Can't wait to go back. That's a connection point, okay? Something that's on their profile that you can use a connection point just to strike up a conversation. If their profile tells you what they do for work, do not use that sentence. Pay attention. We already covered that. So what you want to do is you want to send this type of message. Like I said, don't do it word for word. That's just a guideline. But send this type of message to all of your potential prospects and then wait for a response, okay? Don't keep sending messages like, hey, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Did you get my message? Did you get my message? Don't do that. Because now you're looking needy and they're wondering why you're why it's so urgent that you talk to them, okay? Send the message and let it be. Wait for the response. Be sure to stand out as an authority figure and show them that you can help them. How do you do that? We talked about that already. Content creation, videos, Facebook Lives, blog posts, article writing, whatever the case may be. If they are positive, we're going to use the closing question sequence that we're going to go through in just a second, okay? I've got 6 questions that we can ask them. Be sure to have posture when you talk to them and direct the conversation in the way that you want it to go. So you want to do the invite, okay? We're going to send that first message. Let me back up so I want to make sure I really, really dive in and cover this so that everybody understands it, okay? So this is going to be your first message. What exactly do you do for work? Let's assume that Sam comes back and says, hey, I work for UPS. I'm working, 90 hours a week, and let's just say that he has a conversation. I don't know. Let's just say he was on there because he likes something Tony Robbins does, and he's following him. He's trying to change his life. And he's trying to get into a positive mindset and be more positive with his life and this, that, and the other. And you just talk about that back and forth. It's just general conversation. There's no pitching. You don't talk about your business, but eventually there's going to come a time where you're going to say, well, cool. You say you want to change your life. I'm actually working on a project right now. Would you be interested in a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? I love using that because people will be like, I don't know, what is it? It's like, well, and people ask you, well, sure. I mean, I could be open to a side project. I'm looking to maybe do this, or I'm looking to do that, whatever. That's when you're going to do that. And then once they say yes, say, cool, I've got some information I could send to you. And then you set your appointment. Set the appointment. You do the invite, set the appointment, right? send them the information, and then you go into the close. It's 3 steps. Very, very simple. So here are the top 6 closing questions to get someone closed in your business, okay? You're going to ask them what they did for work. The goal is to get them to ask you back what you do. So like if you're on Facebook and you're prospecting and you ask them, hey, at the very end, you'll notice, what do you do for work? Okay, what I did with that is a lot of times if you ask somebody in that first message like we did with Sam, what do you do for work? The goal is to get them to ask you back, because what's going to happen is they're going to tell you, well, I'm a UPS driver, da 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 da, and they're going to be like, what about you, right? Their immediate response is going to be, what about you, Mike? What do you do? Now they have opened up this great big old door, right? So now I can go in and talk about my business. I can have a conversation, but I can tell him what I do for a living. And you can tell them you're a network marketer in such and such a company, you know, whatever your business is, tell them a little bit about what you're doing. You know, don't go into some long spiel and drag it out, but just tell them like very quickly what you do with your business. It's no different than if you're a florist, you would say, well, I'm a florist. You wouldn't say, well, I'm a florist, and what I do all day is I make flowers for people, and I put them in vases, and sometimes I don't, and sometimes I wrap them. And they don't care about all that. You just want to tell them, hey, I'm a florist, and I do this. Same thing. You can tell them, say, I'm a network marketer in a travel company. Okay? You don't want to go on and on and on and on and on. Tell them, I'm a network marketer, and I'm part of a travel company, and I make money helping people book travel. Okay? If that's what you do that. Number 2, you want to ask them about their job, right? You want to ask them how long they've been doing that. How long have you been a UPS driver? Well, you know, 12 years. Cool, man. You must love that, huh? They're going to say yes or no. Either they do or they don't. And then you'll ask them, have you ever considered doing something different? Most people will probably tell you, yeah, because most people hate their job. If you ask somebody, have you ever considered doing something different? 9 out of 10 people will be like, yo, I hate my job, right? And then you can say this. This may or may not be a fit for you, but based on what you just told me, you may want to take a look at what I'm doing, especially since this will not interfere with your time commitments. If you are open to taking a look, I could send you some information. If not, no big deal. That last part, if not, no big deal. You've let them off the hook. If they don't want to look at it, I'm cool. You've let them off the hook. You've taken the pressure away. So it's not like you're forcing it down their throat. You actually allow them to feel more relaxed, and they'll be like, yeah, sure, man, send me some information. Most of the time, that's the way it goes. So you'll send them the information, and then you want to get their phone number, right? Here's my number, whatever. Give me a call if you have any questions. What is your number so I know who is calling? Okay? You can also let them know that you can text them as well. This is less invasive. A lot of times, people would rather send you a text message. That's cool. As long as there's communication. That's the biggest thing. Get their number, though. You want to get their number. I definitely would try to get on a phone call. I wouldn't try to do a business through text. But the way we're going with our society, text message is what a lot of people do. But me personally, I'm old-fashioned. I like to get on the phone and actually have voice-to-voice conversation, because to me, a text message, people can't hear voice tones. You know, you'll change your voice and the tone of your voice when you talk about different things. Like, you'll get excited. People can't hear excitement in a text message. And you want to talk to this person about your business with excitement. And if you're in a travel company and you love your travel company, they need to feel that. They need to feel that fire that you have burning for your travel company or your health and wellness company or whatever it is. They need to feel that fire that you have. They want to feel that. You need to let them feel that excitement that you have. Okay? And they can't do that through text message. So that's why I say get on a phone call, Facebook chat, do a Facebook video chat. That works great too, or either Skype. Okay? Those would be my 3 choices. So here's some bonus scripts. I got 2 bonus scripts that I'm going to use, and I learned these from one of the top prospecting and recruiting guys ever. Great mentor of mine. And he calls this the 110 method. Okay? And here's how it goes. So they've watched the presentation. They're all done watching the presentation. Now you're doing the follow-up, right? Now you're calling them back 20 minutes later because they had a 15-minute video. 20 minutes later, you're calling them back. And you're talking to them about the opportunity, about the business. Do not ask them, what do you think? So what do you think? Don't say that. Do not ask them what they think. If you're going to say anything at all, ask them. You want to ask them, so what did you like best about what you saw? Okay, see the difference? What did you like best about what you saw? I'm asking them to tell me something they liked best. That's implying that they liked it. I'm already putting that in their mind that they liked what they saw. Okay? Don't ask people what they think, because you might be surprised what they'll tell you. So anyway, closing script. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being let's rock and roll with this thing, and 1 being I don't see the vision, where would you say you're at? That's what you want to tell them. And what you're looking for is you're looking for someone to give you a 6 or higher. Now let's just assume that person says, well, I'm a 6. Say, okay, cool. I can work with that. I can work with that. But tell me this. Tell me this, Sam. We'll go ahead and use Sam. Tell me this, Sam. What would it take to get you to an 8 or 9? You know, I'm cool with you being a 6, but what would it take for me to get you to an 8 or 9? To get you really to see the vision and to get excited about this thing. And then let them talk, okay? Here's the thing. When you talk about vision, a lot of people do not want to be thought of as someone who's not a visionary, right? That doesn't see the vision. They don't want to be that person, quote unquote, that doesn't see the vision. So if they're a 6 or lower, just let them know that you're looking for at least a 6. So if somebody says, well, I'm like a 5. I'm in the middle. I'm like, oh, man, that's cool. I understand. In all honesty, you know, I'm really looking for people that are, you know, at least a 6 or higher. I'm really looking for people that really see the vision of what our company's doing and what we have to offer. And that's cool if you don't see the vision. If you don't, I mean, that's all right. I appreciate your time. Thank you, man. I hope everything works out for you in your life. And take care and be blessed, man. And see, what you've done by doing something like that is you've taken that opportunity away from them. And people don't like for stuff to be taken from them. Not only that, but you've basically looked at them like you don't see a vision. And people don't want to be thought of as, am I missing something? How do I not see this? See, and that's what you've done by doing that. You're making that person realize, wait a minute, I missed something. I must not have been really watching it. I must not have really been seeing it. And so that's when they may open you up and say, whoa, wait a minute. Can I ask you some questions? And you'd be like, well, sure, man, but I mean, if you don't see the vision, I'm not sure. Well, I kind of want to understand what you're doing a little better. And so you'll open the door. You may turn that 5 into a 7 or an 8 very, very quickly, okay? That's the 110 method, guys. Did you write it down? Hope everybody got it. If anybody wants any of these slides with these scripts, shoot me a message and just put your email in. I'll be more than happy to email them to you. Not a problem at all. Definitely don't mind. Just put your email in the comment section, or in the chat. I'll email them to you. All right, bonus script number 2. I'm trying to wrap this thing up here. This is called the 3-question close. And first question is, you're going to ask them, what do you like best? I just covered that. What do you like best? They're going to tell you. The next question when you would ask them is this: do you see an opportunity for yourself? That's the yes or no question. Yes or no question. Is that, and if they say, well, sure, I see an opportunity for myself, say, cool, man, that's awesome. Is that with being a member and a rep like me, or just being a customer? So you want to open up that door to them, right? You want to actually make them see the full vision. So when they say, well, yeah, I see an opportunity, ask them point blank, cool, is that like being a member and a rep just like me, or just a customer? Okay. If that person is dead set on being a customer, there's not going to be a lot you can do to change their mind. But by saying this phrase and by bringing it out, you may take someone who's on the fence and turn them into a rep. Okay. And the last thing is there anything else you need to know before we get started? And if they say no, say cool. Let's get you started right now. And then you go in and you go ahead and fill out the application. Matter of fact, if you've got a paper application, you may want to have it on the table, turned upside down to where they can't see it while you're talking to them. And as soon as they say, as soon as you ask them, is there anything else you need to know before getting started? And they say no, flip it over and say, cool, let's get started, and fill it out. Right then and there. If you're on the phone, say, cool, what you should do is you should have that application up on your computer and say, awesome, let's go ahead and get you started. What credit card would you like to use? Go straight for the credit card. While they're fumbling out, while they're getting their credit card out, start filling out the application, their name and all that kind of stuff, okay? And that's the way you'd handle that, guys. So let me, I'm gonna open up, actually, yeah, let me open up the Q&A. If you got any questions, because that's pretty much what all I've got for tonight. My last thing is, did you get any value? Did you guys get any value out of what I shared tonight? If you got any value, like I said before, I'm not trying to sell you anything at all tonight. I know that's strange for a webinar, but what I'm looking for is, if you got some value, just go over to my page, leave me some comments, and just testimonial about the value. Actually, let me go. I actually had posted something. I just posted something on my Facebook, on my profile. So just go over there, like it, share it, comment on the post that I just posted on my Facebook, and just give me your thoughts on whether or not you got any value out of this webinar tonight. You know, let me know if you got any value. If this has helped you out any, and I would just definitely appreciate that. That's all I'm looking for tonight. So all I'm looking for is just a little love. Nothing for sale, nothing for sale at all. So you'll just go. I posted a post over there, and it said, I just got finished teaching some awesome people how they can use Facebook to prospect and recruit teammates into their business for free. I love being able to help others get success they deserve. So if you agree with that, just go over there and like it, comment, share, give me some love over there. That's all I ask. If anybody has any questions, I will be happy to answer any questions. If not, that is all I got. If you do want a copy of like some of the scripts that I had in here, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook. And what I'll do is I will actually email them to you, or I can, I'll just email them to you. That'd be the easiest thing to do because they're all in a folder. So I can email you my folder, and you'll have all these scripts. That way, if you didn't have a chance to write them down and kind of get the gist of them, you can actually have all that accessible to you. So if not, no questions. I think everybody's good. Cool. So guys, thank y'all for coming out. I did good. It's only 10:04, so 4 minutes over, but that's okay. Cool. So I'm glad you guys came out. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. Thank you for spending an hour with me. I hope you did get some value. I hope that you can take what I taught you tonight and go out there and crush it on Facebook in your business. It's really just about the numbers. It's about prospecting every single day. You have to go out and make it a part of your daily method of operation. I know for me, some days prospecting, I'd rather somebody shoot me in my head. And you may feel that way too. But at the end of the day, marketing is good, but prospecting is how you get paid. Okay? You have to prospect if you truly want to make money in this industry. Like it or not, that's just kind of how it is. You got to be able to talk to people. You can't recruit people if you're not talking to people. So marketing is good. I love marketing. I love the whole aspect of marketing. But I've also had to learn to love prospecting as well. So I hope you take the knowledge I gave you tonight. I hope you go out and crush it. Feel free to reach out to me on my page, on my wall. And if you have any questions. And so, guys, I hope you'll have a wonderful night tonight. Thank you again for showing up, and take care and be blessed, guys.